This is Another Gay Horror Pod with Stuart Ross and Jesse Tevitt.
You say?
Body with a body.
Hottie with a body.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the thing too is like everyone's a nerd now, so when everyone's a nerd, no one's a nerd.
Well, I feel like everyone's got their thing that they're a nerd about, right?
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Passion.
hope. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to not have an interest. I also heads up hit record.
Wait,
Just so
also,
everyone-
Lucy, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Jesse.
Hi, Jesse. I'm Lucy.
Sorry.
And
Just like
that's Rocco.
start interrogating you about your Elvira poster.
No, that's okay.
collection.
That's okay.
I'm
You
like,
didn't ask me about my skeleton that also sits in my living room year round. His name is Vinny. And I put
Vinny.
different outfits on him because I'm a fucking
You're
Do you have one of the
weirdo.
giant Home Depot ones?
I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
It would be kind of crazy to just like put it in my living room, but I've got some other weird shit in my living room, so why not add that onto the pile, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have a balcony?
I don't have a balcony to like hang him off of. That one day when
Yeah.
I buy a haunted mansion somewhere, you know, when the economy turns around, when we're all
Yes.
dead.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We should get into that.
Anyways,
Yeah, so we'll start with the general questions and all that stuff, and then we'll
I
hop off, and
prepared
then we'll hop
nothing.
over onto
I didn't
Halloween
even think
4.
about the questions.
No
just so
worries.
you know,
Don't worry about it.
Jesse,
Excellent.
I was telling Stuart
Excellent.
yesterday. I unfortunately have really branded myself sort of the Queen of Halloween, and I should have done like Arbor Day or something because I'm so busy during this month that I like my head is spinning thinking about the next 2 weeks are busier than the rest of my like the year. So
Yeah.
I didn't prepare
also, I feel
anything,
like
but it'll be off the cuff.
Yeah.
publicly loving Halloween, there's a lot of pressure to like celebrate it and dress up, and it's like I don't actually, you're a busy person, so having the bandwidth to worry about that in addition to all of the other stuff is like a lot. So
Yeah.
know that this
It
is a
is.
safe space. You can
Okay,
you can
great.
engage as much or as little
Yeah.
as you'd like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in case anyone is living under a rock and doesn't know Loosey LaDuca, tell everyone who you are. Introduce yourself.
My name is Loosey LaDuca. Most people know me from losing season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I am a horror aficionado. I'm a lifelong horror fan. I did a lot of horror themed looks on the show. I do quite a bit off the show. And I feel like a lot of my fan base are the queer horror community. They're the ones who've really sort of rallied around me and understand me. And this is my dog Rocco. And that's that's pretty much it. I'm not a
Yeah.
I don't talk about myself that much, you know. That's kind of it.
Well, you came to the wrong place because we're going to ask you questions about yourself.
Okay, great.
Buckle
Great. Yeah,
But just tell us when you're tired of talking about yourself, and we'll hop over to horror movies.
awesome.
But yeah, so I discovered you through Drag Race 15, and of course it stood out to me, especially your Jason Voorhees look. So I was like, oh my god, a fellow horror nerd. How has horror always influenced your drag, or has it become more recent, or as you've grown as a drag queen?
It's always been present for sure. I've been doing drag for 15 years now, and it's always been sort of like around Halloween time kind of a thing. What's funny about it is that the drag race fans in particular, they think that the only thing you've ever done is the 2 months that you filmed a TV show.
Yeah,
And so I am doing, I would say probably more horror looks now, just because I'm sort of leaning into that side of my drag. And people are shocked by it, and I'm like, I did them on the show, but I
yeah,
guess I just didn't. But yeah, I'm. When you've done drag for as long as I have, which again I said 15 years, you go through different sort of eras of your own art, and I've gone through lots of different sort of iterations of the type of drag that I'm leaning into at that time. And I also really pride myself on I could look completely different 2 days in a row. Like I don't have to
yeah,
stick to some brand or some whatever. Like one day I'm a blue zombie, and then the next day I'm Joan Rivers, and like
yeah.
that is something that I really love about drag. Is I could be a whole bunch of different things, depending on the day or the show or the mood or whatever.
Well, that's
Can I
sort of
just say, Can I just say, now that you've thrown that out there, I feel like you're contractually obligated to do exactly that. Blue Zombie and then Joan Rivers. So we expect to see that in some
Or-
form or
What's funny?
fashion.
Wait, actually, next week I'm doing Joan Rivers on the 24th, and then I'm doing a zombie look on the 25th. So
Yeah.
there we go. There we
But you
go.
could also combine it and do zombie Joan Rivers.
Ooh.
Fuck. Wait, can I swear?
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
that's
no,
a
it's the
great
internet.
idea.
Gotta
That is wow, that's a really, really good idea. I will definitely be doing a zombie Joan Rivers look at some point now. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank-
Well,
You're welcome.
your Joan Rivers is so good. And
you.
especially in a world of so many drag queens who do Joan Rivers, like it. I mean, it's such a standout. Joan Rivers, and now I'm like zombie Joan Rivers. I love her.
No, I know. Imagine
I don't even know her yet, but I love her
the
already.
idea. Yeah,
She would
I
love
mean,
it.
I
She would
do.
love it.
Since before the show, I've done stand up as Joan, and I like to because I know her comedy so well. I like to just put her in the place of like current Joan being dead, and I
Yeah.
have her talk about heaven and hell and who's there and who's not and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, like bringing it full circle and just being like undead Joan, talking about the struggles of being a zombie in the modern world.
Yeah.
That's I gotta write that down. That's a really good idea.
Well,
Yeah.
and the
I will
state
give
of the
you no
world is
credit.
so bad. I don't expect it. But the state of the world is so bad that Joan Rivers has to come back to life to make jokes about it.
God.
Absolutely. Imagine the shit that she would have to say currently. Imagine the stuff that she would
Yeah.
say about Donald Trump. My God.
Oh my-
Yeah, I was gonna say if anyone knows him like through and through, I feel like it's Joan Rivers.
Absolutely.
I've long had a theory that if Joan Rivers was still with us during the 2016 election, Donald Trump wouldn't have won.
Ooh.
I think she would have
Wow.
really been out there and very against him, and I think
Yeah.
she could have eviscerated him in a way nobody else is capable of.
Well, she was also on
I
The
can see that.
Apprentice, or not?
Yeah.
Was she on The Apprentice?
She won
Yeah.
Celebrity Apprentice, yeah. That sort of
Yeah.
like
She won
revived
Celebrity,
her
yeah.
career, actually.
I always forget that. Yeah, never forget the scene where her and Melissa are like running out, like
A polka
of the building.
player.
You're a poker player. A poker player. They don't have last names. I love that. She's like, you're a. What did she say? You're a
she's
son
like,
of a bitch and you're a dumb blonde or whatever.
Yeah, it was just like you're a snake or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Oh,
Oh
And
my
but
god.
that like redhead lady is like, poker players are the most awesome people in the world. Poker players.
And John's like, I've known poker players from Vegas for years.
Yes.
You don't have last names, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said like some blood money. She's like, blood. That money's dirty blood
Yeah.
money, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh.
I love it. I love it.
Joan. Yeah.
Speaking of blood, should we jump over into the horror conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
let's
great.
do it.
Lucy, I'm curious. We're curious. Do you have a comfort horror movie?
I have a couple, I would say.
Okay,
Um,
please.
the entire Friday the 13th franchise is my absolute favorite. It just, I just love it. I love everything about it. I have Jason right there on my leg. It just,
Love.
it's so incredibly 80s, and it just like encapsulates the 80s slasher genre so well. And all of the movies are so different too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people would disagree with me and they would say that they're all the same, but they're all so different. I love those, and then I also Fright Night is a huge favorite of mine.
Oh,
Fright Night from
So
1985.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Masterpiece.
just I think it's damn near perfect. I love it so much.
I
have
agree.
2 Fright Night tattoos actually. It's just
Are they in a
it's-
place that you could show? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
they're on the
obsessed.
back of my legs. Wait, here, I'm literally gonna like
Okay.
stand up on my couch.
Pressured.
Wait. See, there's one. There's one there. Wait, fuck, I'm falling. There's one there. That's like from the,
Oh my
from
God.
the cover when she turns it
Sure.
in, and then there's
Stunning.
Evil Ed is right there. Can you see him?
Oh, yeah.
There.
Oh my,
my God.
god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Kinda
love
crazy.
it.
Both
Evil
queer
Ed.
people too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah,
on.
No, and
A
it's,
bit- Go ahead. Sorry, we might have a
Oh,
little. We might have a
I think
little
there's a
delay
little-
here.
so there's a little lag, but it records on each device, so when it uploads, it'll be fine.
Great.
And I'll edit around it too. But
Cool.
no, Fright Night's such a good horror movie about fandom and about loving
Mhm.
horror and about loving being afraid. And I just recently watched Fright Night Part 2 for the first time, and that movie is fun.
Do you know
Oh,
I've never seen it? I've never seen it,
Yeah.
which is so sacrilegious. And actually, do you guys know Vander Von Odd?
Yeah.
Vander Von Odd.
She
You do,
won
Stuart.
the first season of Dragula, and
Yeah.
she is absolutely incredible. She's like is so stunning. And I was hanging with her. We did a show in LA together, and we were talking about we were talking about a bunch of horror movies because she knows like even she puts my horror knowledge to shame. And we were talking about Fright Night, and she said, "Oh, and the sequel." And I said, "I've never seen it." And she stared daggers through my soul. She was like, "You must see." And I still haven't watched it. So sorry, Vander, but I do need to watch it.
It's
I do need to
not
watch it.
easy to find. They're currently working on a 4K restoration, so it should be out.
Okay.
But it's also available in its entirety on YouTube. Just someone uploaded it.
Yeah, but is
Love
that the way?
that.
You know, is the what is it? They upload it in like
It looks
1080p?
fine.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like
nice.
it's a least a DVD level. It's
Sure.
if not Blu-ray. So it's
Sometimes
it's not
it'll
a
be like
VHS run.
inverted, and you're like, something looks
Yeah.
weird.
Like a
here.
40p. You're like, okay,
I
yes,
recently-
I guess I have to do it.
I recently watched a movie called Bloody Birthday, and it was all on YouTube. And my God, what a
Okay.
stinker!
Yeah.
Not a good one, guys.
I gotta dial into the Tubi originals more. I feel like
I've never enjoyed one.
they're every original that I see, I'm like, Stuart, should we have a Tubi original month? Because Jesus Christ, they're pumping out bizarre horror left and right. Bloody Birthday energy, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Bloody Birthday, but I'm guessing Tubi vibes.
Bloody Birthday is like I'll do any 80s slasher. Any.
Yeah.
It's my favorite genre, and I actually went to there's a place here in Connecticut called Best Video, and it's a video rental place.
Oh.
And like they have DVDs of like Shudder originals. I don't know how legal everything is, but
What?
like it's cool. You can go and you can actually like look through like an old school, going to Blockbuster, Hollywood Video or something, and me and my friend picked out the video based on the cover art because that's what we used to do, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you take a
I
risk.
miss that.
Fright Night. Can I just say Fright Night's cover art? 10 out of 10.
Incredible.
It's so
Incredible.
fucking
One
good.
of the absolute best.
Yeah.
Can I ask, have you seen, and how do you feel about the remake? Have you seen the remake?
Oh, not interested in watching it.
Yeah?
Because I know that I'm not going to like it, and
Yeah.
I feel bad that I know that, but I just
Yeah.
love the original so much, and I think later you're gonna ask me what my horror hot take is. I was literally going to
Yeah.
say, these fans, they don't give movies a chance, and they just here I am doing the same goddamn thing. But
It
no,
is
I haven't
actually
seen it.
to defend the remake. It is actually pretty good,
It's
and it
kinda
does
good.
it does a lot of its own different stuff.
It's kind of good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Tony
it's good.
Collette's in it.
She it?
Lucy,
What is she? Is
you
she
should
the
watch
mom?
it, Lucy.
She's the mom.
She is the mom. Is she blonde in that?
I think so.
It's like the gayest thing I've ever. I think Tony Collette's blonde in that, right? That's how I remember it.
Well, I wasn't interested in the movie until you said Tony Collette, so that's pretty gay.
Yeah.
So,
Colin Farrell's hot in it, and
He's so
it's like a
hot.
good.
Oh.
It's
love Colin
for a
Farrell.
remake. It just does its own thing, and it changes the setting
Okay.
to Vegas, and it
Yeah.
does like it's.
Vegas,
For a
wow.
remake of that era, it's actually pretty good because it just does different things, but none of them are like sacrilegious.
Yeah.
All right,
And Anton
well, this-
Yelchin, R.I.P.
Yeah,
You know.
Oh, whoa, yeah. Wait, I guess I'm gonna watch
yeah,
it.
no, he's
I guess I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to the
my
wedding
God,
that I was
convincing-
gonna go to this afternoon. Instead, I'm gonna stay home and watch
Yeah,
Oh
sorry.
my God.
remake of Fright
I
Night.
can't believe we convinced you. I can't believe we convinced you to abandon a wedding and watch the Fright Night remake. I'm so proud of us.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm proud of you guys too.
what would be like your earliest horror formation? Like, what was a movie or an instance that really made you go like, I'm into horror?
Well, I was born in 1990, so I was very much a 90s kid. And in the 90s,
Yeah.
I felt like every single TV show had their Halloween episodes. And I feel like that was such a great entry into horror. And then also, it was the time of Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps on TV. So it's sort of like horror for young audiences. And that was definitely like super formative for me. And then also, I'm the youngest of four kids. So by the time I rolled around, it was kind of like nobody was paying attention to what I was watching on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
love
I
that.
would catch horror movies. Like I remember very specifically seeing Child's Play 2 when I was far too young to be watching Child's Play 2. And there's a scene in there where he like his hand gets ripped off because it's caught in a gate or something like that. I think that's the second one.
Ooh.
That fucked me up.
Yeah.
And then also, I remember seeing Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis and David Copperfield
Yes, girl.
when I was
So
a
good.
kid. And I watched it as an adult, not as scary, but as a kid, seeing
No.
like the guy folded up in like the compartment on the bottom, I was like, this is horrifying. I should not be watching this.
It's a
But
lot.
I've
Yeah.
Yep.
loved horror forever. I've always loved horror. It's just been it's been a huge part of my life. And I've always loved Halloween. And so that kind of
Yeah.
like just goes into it.
Is
Love
there
it.
like a Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps that really sticks out as like that was the one?
Definitely. So there is an Are You Afraid of the Dark where there is an invisible monster or demon in a pool. It's in like a
Oh, I
public
remember that
pool.
one.
It's
Yep.
like kids are already afraid to swim. Let's make an
Yeah.
Yeah.
episode where there's an invisible monster that pulls you under and drowns you. And
Yeah.
then they
Yep.
like they throw chlorine on it or something like that. And you see
Oh
it and it's this
yeah.
like skull-faced red demon
Oh
look. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
yeah. I feel like
Absolutely
it scarred
terrifying.
an entire it scarred an entire generation. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's probably the one that's the episode that I probably recall the most is
Yeah.
and
Well,
it like
there's that
didn't it like
one.
live in the like filter or something? It, like came up from the filter.
I don't
I don't know.
remember, honestly. What's funny is I later went on to, I worked in construction for many years and I worked for a company that built swimming pools. And when I really know how they work now, and I'm like, where would a monster come out of in here? Like, where,
Yeah.
how would a monster be introduced into this equation? Like
Yeah.
a haunted tile at the bottom of it? Like, I don't even know what the story was.
Haunted
But
tile.
There's not a lot of place
Incredible.
for it to hide.
no, well, it was invisible. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh
But there was another episode
God.
too, though, where there was it was like a haunted cinema or something like that, and they were playing Nosferatu, and
Yeah.
he came out of the screen.
Oh God.
Horrifying.
I had to watch through all these because I remember the Ghastly Grinner.
Oh
Was
God, that one was
oh,
scary.
and that one was
Ooh.
like because I was a scared. I mean, I've said it before, but I was a really scared kid. But I also was always very intrigued by things that were scary. And the
Yeah.
Ghastly Grinner episode, which was like a smiling clown, was
Oh
so scary.
yeah.
And I couldn't sleep for like weeks. But I kept watching.
Ah.
I kept watching Are You Afraid of the Dark?
God.
Of course.
Yeah, it was like an addiction. It's like this is awful and give me more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it gets harder as you get older and you consume a
Yeah.
lot of horror to find things that are actually scary.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
for me, it's
I'm
like
chasing a high. Stuart and I we're chasing
definitely.
like a high. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to
Sorry, go
find
ahead. I
it. Like
interrupted you.
I'll find that when I'll be home alone and I'll search on YouTube like true horror stories home alone. It's like I have to put myself in the shoes of the person who the horrible thing is happening to even feel like
Yep.
anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Follow-up question: when is the last time you were scared by a horror movie?
Ooh. Oh God. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm not really sure if I have an answer to that. Well, there was one oh shit, I'm forgetting the name. There was one that was I think it was on Shutter. It might have been a Shutter original, and there was like a wooden man
Oh,
in
Oddity.
in Oddity. Yes,
Oh
yes, yes,
sure.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that like when the
Yeah.
killer sort of reveals himself when she's in the tent
Yes.
Yeah.
for the first
Absolutely.
time,
That's a
that
good.
I was like, that
Yeah.
spooked me.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was a creepy one for sure. The jump scares, every single one I think worked. I remember being freaked out. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that movie. Thank you for bringing that
That
up.
was a
It
good.
was
That was
really
a. I.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shudder does like. I mean, the stuff they acquire is usually pretty good.
Yeah, they're cleaning up.
Thank God
we're-
for Shudder. I watched
Thank
the
God.
movie that we're going to talk about later on Shudder.
Oh, is it
Thank
on
God.
Shudder? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mama. I was like, I'm not
Hell
getting
yeah.
Apple TV to watch fucking Halloween 5. I was like, I'll make it up if I
Meanwhile-
have to. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like $4.99. Here we go. No, I'm
See,
kidding. It's on.
where I pulled out my 4K Blu-ray and watched it physical media.
Nerd.
Yeah, I'm a physical media nerd. We talk about it all the time. I just think the internet's going to eventually fail, and I want to have all my favorite movies.
I get it. Listen, I mean, with
Yeah.
the way the world is going right now, who
Yeah.
fucking knows?
Who
Like,
fucking knows? And
during
I
the
think-
apocalypse, I'm going to need to watch Halloween 5 in the highest quality I can watch it.
Yeah. And I think
right, because
I
there
think
will still be
watching something on-
electricity during the
Yes.
apocalypse.
Yeah, no.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get a TV with like a stationary
hamster wheel.
bicycle. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
run it myself.
Or at the very least, you could just look at the pretty cover art. You could just
Yeah.
stare. You
Remember
know,
movies?
Oh,
smell it. You know, open it up.
You sort of hinted at it earlier, but do you have any horror hot takes?
Horror hot takes. See, this is the question that I really should have prepared for. Well, I'll tell you the most controversial tweet I have ever tweeted. Now,
Ooh.
as someone who was on a reality television show, unfortunately, I get a lot of hate online, a massive amount
Yeah.
of hate. People love to tell me how, like, fat, old, ugly, untalented, annoying, like, all this stuff. And it sucks, but you get used to it.
Yeah.
With all of that, and I had a really rough run on the show. I got this, like, terrible edit, but all of that is to say, the most controversial thing that I said on Twitter was Nosferatu was hot garbage.
The new
Because I-
one?
Oh my god!
Hated it. I hated it.
Yeah.
And I know that's a hot take. I know a lot of people loved it. I hated almost every moment of that movie.
Wow.
Interesting.
I
Tell us more. Tell us more.
really wanted to get up and leave. I was with a group of friends, so I didn't. The people next to us left, and I was jealous. I hated it. I hated that movie.
Yeah.
I hated the way that Nosferatu looked. Or Count Orlok, is that his name in the...
Oh, Count Orlok. Yeah.
Yeah. I hated the way that he looked. I didn't understand the scale of him. I didn't understand why his hands were the size of, like, everyone else's torsos. I hated
Yeah.
that he was like, he looked like Wario. Like, he looked like this beefy guy. Because I love the original design of Nosferatu so much. He's so spindly and just, he looks like this
Garish.
sort of cave-dwelling creature. Almost, it's a little bit Slender Man-ish. So I hated the
The
scale of him.
otherworldly, yeah.
Yeah, I hated the way that he spoke. I was
Yeah.
like, girl, what are we doing here? And you have an amazing actor playing it, and he's buried
Yeah.
under makeup, and everything he said sounded like I was like, what are we fucking doing here? And I just hated it. I hated Willem Dafoe was like a crazy guy who has cats. I was like, what are we doing here? I'm sorry, I'm really going off, but like, I
No,
No, please.
no.
This is when we ask for hot takes.
We want the hottest
We
takes,
want
yeah.
the hot
yeah,
takes. Yeah.
that's that. I didn't think it was a hot take when I had tweeted that,
Yeah.
and then I had people being like, "This is why you lost Drag Race. You have no fucking takes." And I was like, I've like dedicated
reason-
my life to being a horror fan, and I'm constantly
Yeah.
talking about horror. I'm constantly bringing it up, and I made sure to put horror on Drag Race because they don't really feature that type of drag very often. But I didn't like a movie, so I guess I should just go kill myself. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
insane. It's also anytime you don't like a movie or feel differently about a movie than the general public, it can be a very like isolating place
Yeah.
to be. And
Yeah.
like maddening a little bit. So
It was-
I do also think I think because I do love Nosferatu, the new one, but I understand
Okay.
criticism of it. It worked for
I end the
me,
call
and I
right
think
now.
it's no, but like,
A great start.
it's like
Great.
one of those movies that I think it works for some people and it doesn't work for other people. And I think
Yeah.
more and more people are going to publicly acknowledge that it didn't work for them as we move forward. Because I think when it came out, there was such sort of a like, all the film nerds love this movie, and you don't want to go against what they say.
Yeah.
And so I do think you're going to end up being, this is going to be a slightly less hot take as we move further away from the movie and more people
I
admit
hope
that
so.
the decisions didn't work for them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
I think people were just really excited about there being a sort of like gothic looking
yeah.
movie. I think
Yeah.
people, and I was super excited about that. Actually, sorry, I'm going back in my brain and I'm thinking about the video that
No,
is on
please.
my social media of me doing sponsored content for the movie. But that's in the
The
past.
check already cleared. The check already cleared.
Shit.
Wait, that's pretty iconic.
All right, well, whatever. But I mean, it
Stuart,
looks.
cut all of this. Cut the last 5 minutes.
No. Keep it all in. Keep it
Yeah.
all in. This is how we really feel. No, I think that you're right, though. I think people. I really wanted to like it. I really
Yeah.
wanted to like it. And there were some elements that I thought were good. I thought that the man who played like the rat guy, the guy
was
that was
good.
like,
Oh.
I actually thought he was quite
Oh,
good.
sure. Yeah, he was good. Yeah.
And you know, at the end when the count dies, that's a cool visual.
Yeah.
And then
I like the idea of like her being the one to like take him down. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. And the other 2.5 hours of the movie I fucking hated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Are you looking forward to Werewolf?
I am cautiously optimistic
Yeah.
about it. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about even the new Frankenstein that is coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
really
that.
I
And
love
then there's
GBT. He's great.
There's another one that's I think it's
The
like a new
Bride.
take on the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's Maggie
Oh
Gyllenhaal.
sure.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That looks cool too, you know?
Yeah.
One thing I do think is I think because of the internet and how connected we are, everyone expects everyone to have the exact same opinions about everything.
Which is
Weird because we are as a
Aye.
nation and as a world more divided than ever. But like I feel like when we were kids in the 90s and you were talking about a movie, one person would like it, one person would hate it, and it was never like, go kill yourself. It was always just
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh, okay, like I liked it.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone wants everyone to agree with them all the time. And then
Yeah.
they feel entitled to another person's opinion, which is like
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. And what's frustrating for me is when people are like, you can't complain about the way you're treated online. You know what you signed up for. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
and it's
God.
like-
Like, I filmed a TV show 3 years ago. I'm allowed to not like a horror movie without like
Yeah.
getting death threats and having someone
Well, I'm sure
tell
it's-
me how ugly I am. Like,
I'm sure
so
it's hard
sorry.
too
That's so
because
insane.
every day someone new watches it on Paramount Plus, and every day someone new it's like running on Logo or something, and so it's
Yeah.
like this is something that you did so long ago now.
yeah.
You know
That
what
people
though?
are discovering new every day.
You know what, Lucy? I wonder, like, what percentage of those people are actually bots? Like, ever since the Snyder story came out, where like Zack Snyder like bought a bunch of bots to like get him allegedly, excuse me, allegedly bought him a bunch of bots to like push the Snyder cut. I'm like, oh, like what percentage of like the angry mobs are actually just robots? Like,
Well, the like, I think a lot of the right wing stuff is definitely like just crazy bots.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
this is like Drag Race fans. Like, this is queer,
Yeah.
other
Ugh.
queer people telling me how much they hate me. Which you're allowed to hate me. I tell people this all
Yeah.
the time. You are absolutely allowed to hate me. You can talk to your friends about it. You don't have to DM me or tag me in something that says how much
Yep.
you hate me. Because like I'm just
Yep.
over here in 2025 trying to find a little happiness every day, just like everybody else. You don't have to tell me how much
Yeah.
you hate me. Tell your friends. I don't
Yeah.
care. But I don't need to
Yeah.
know that you exist and that you hate me. You know?
Well, and it's just like it's not really any of your business, other people's opinions about you, but people are trying
Right.
to make it your business.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part about the internet, where it's just like everyone has an opinion about everything and everyone sort of feels like they should be able to have an opinion about everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I like season 15 is one of my favorite seasons of Drag Race, and you were one of my favorite queens from season 15, but it also was a weird season. They cut a bunch of the early episodes down a lot to make way for that the real gaze of West Hollywood or whatever. So it is like a lot, like I think, and it's, I mean, I work in the industry. I used to work in reality casting. I am a higher knowledge viewer than most people are.
For sure.
But it is like, there's taking everything you see on a reality TV show that's edited to entertain at face value is so like stupid. And then also like taking your opinions about that to the internet and putting it back on people is just also just not fair. And I know a bunch of queens from season 15 have had sort of a rough road because of how it was edited, which is tough because it's a good season with like 10 like a lot of really good queens, but I know it just ended up being kind of a hard season for a bunch of queens, and that really sucks. I'm not responsible, but I'm very sorry about it.
No, I understand. What's crazy to me now is like people will see an interview that I'm doing like this, or they'll see me on like I did Very Delta and I'll do other pods and stuff, and people will be like, "Wow, this Loosey is like really cool and fun and relaxed. This is obviously a fake personality that she's putting on for this interview." And I'm like, "What? No, like you're getting a completely unedited version of me as like a human being." And like you're literally basing it off of like a 2-month period 3 years ago on a highly edited television show. I'm like, oh my God, like what do I gotta do to like...
I can say confidently here for everyone who's found this, I do not know how to edit podcasts. So this is just Loosey. This is not an arc I'm building. This is I edit out any weird noises we make and anytime we go completely off topic, but this is basically unedited. So this is the real Loosey LaDuca.
And I can barely use a computer, so it's, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a techie. I famously one time had... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
I think there's like
regale us with your
I
stories.
was going to say, I famously one time had to Google on my iPad how to turn my iPad off.
I've personally been there.
Yeah.
Every day I'm like, how to plug in your headphones, and it's like you do this for a living.
Well, we had to hop on early because Jesse got a new microphone today, and we had to make sure it worked. Oh no, we lost you. And so, first of all, do you have anything to promote? I know this is coming out towards the end of the month, but do you have any Halloween shows you want to promote?
Yes, I have a million Halloween shows, but by the time this comes out, a lot of them will be done. However, on Halloween night, I am at Rock Bar in New York. It is in Chelsea. It's a really, really, really awesome place. It'll be me and my ghoul friend, Coma White, who's an incredible girl whose horror knowledge is absolutely insane. So come check me out. There's VIP tickets. There's a costume contest. There's going to be drink specials. I'll be there all night, just like dancing the night away, doing spooky stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. Check that out. And then later this week, we'll be back with Loosey for our Halloween 5 episode. So we're not going to say goodbye because you'll see us again on Friday. But see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
This is another gay horror pod with Stuart Ross and Jesse Tevitt.